tough week. It's not been the easiest for everyone, really. It's nothing super serious. There's no, heavy topics. At least not when it comes to your usual expected topics, right? I don't know. Things just haven't really been great recently. But yeah, it's good to see you though. I'm glad to see you at least. I've been working on a few things, trying to keep myself busy. Finished up a few projects, got those submitted. Hopefully the consultancy firm comes back to me quick on those. Kind of need the money, What else? I did some more writing. I submitted a short story. Maybe that'll get published. That'd be nice. It's been... I've been busy, and I don't necessarily think it's because I want to be, it's because I think I have to be. And sitting around doing nothing, while probably good for my mental health and for my well-being, has not really been possible. It's tough. But you look well. I've been trying my best with going to the gym again and trying to keep that dopamine delivery system intact. God, I sound like some kind of... Well, my autism is showing, I guess, right? Yeah. Well, hey, it's not really a problem, I guess. At least, not yet. What was I working on writing wise? So I wrote this short story for an online web publishing thing called what was it called again? It was for this thing called Distinguished Literature, and they do a monthly challenge thing where you submit a short story off a prompt that they suggest, and it's a not insignificant amount of money. It would help a lot, for sure. What were the things I submitted? Oh, the consulting stuff was just some reports that they wanted me to look at. It was boring, and I mean, the money's not great either, really. I don't really know why I'm bothering with it, but I suppose it keeps me in the loop in the industry. Yeah. It's good though, right? It's something, and I'm glad to be doing it. It's fun to write. I missed it. I hadn't done it for so long that when I was typing, it was kind of like going back in time. And I like that. I'll have to do more of it. Maybe I'll even get published again. That'd be nice. I haven't been published in years. Yeah, I was published back in 2017, 2018. Wasn't with the Distinguished Literature though. It was with a local short story kind of thing that was going on at the time. It's in a short story collection. I don't know if I own it. I don't even think I have a copy of it around or anything like that. I think it might be lost to the wind, but I'm sure it's out there in a library somewhere. Do I get any royalties for it? No, it was one of those voluntary No royalty things. It was mostly just for like local government, you know, they want local like writers to be published in something that will be in the local libraries that they can show off, and who knows. I did get a few emails and phone calls from publishing agencies about actually doing things, but I kind of fell off with that. Maybe I should consider going back to that and seeing what I can do there. I don't know. It's difficult, right? Because if I had an actual job, then I don't really know how I'd find time to do more writing. But then if I don't do writing, then I just don't feel as human as I do. I should do more of it. Yeah, I should. I should probably like take some time in the evenings just to do it, but well, when the weather's like it is today, I should probably be writing, you know. But I'm struggling to find the motivation to do that. Guess I should maybe make something up and go back to my old routine. I used to, you can keep this idea if it works for you. I used to set an alarm on my phone or on my PC when I was typing, and I'd be like, okay, you have 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 10 minutes even, right now to write as many words as you can, and then you can get back to it later. You know, you can write your couple words in 10 minutes, and later on you can come back to it and reread it and decide it's bad, but at least you wrote something, right? It's more than nothing, and if you don't write anything, you don't get anywhere. So I worked like that for a while. I got through quite a bit of stuff. I have some stuff I've written online, you know, not a lot. It exists, but I don't really promote it because it's not really writing that I feel like promoting, you know what I mean? It's just existing there. It's nice to have it, and nice to have a place where I can kind of put stuff and people can find it and read it if they like it, but it's not really what I'm trying to get into the scene with, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's been interesting as well in the gym, because like I'm in this new place that's like, it's got like banners up about like bodybuilding and stuff, and I'm kind of like, this feels a little intimidating, you know, and I'm not exactly a small guy, you know, I'm pretty big for the average person, and I walk in there and I'm like, wow, everyone in here is fucking jacked, you know, everyone here's shredded, and I guess in a way it's kind of intimidating to think that those guys are also fucking huge, but in another way it's kind of nice to not have to worry too much about deciding that I want to throw on a few more plates or work a little bit harder, and maybe I should start doing that as well. You know, I was in there earlier today, before it started raining, and I kind of realized that I went really light on all the weight, and I probably could have gone heavier, and you know, I would have been fine, and maybe I would have seen more growth from it, but I don't know. It sort of feels like I'm coasting on things right now, and you know, I don't really have any direction at the moment, and maybe it's the depression, maybe it's something else, maybe it's the ADHD, maybe it's all of the above, and it's just so hard to find those desires to push yourself, even though you know you should, right? Like, I should wake up tomorrow feeling sore. I did chest, I did shoulders, I did a little bit of back as well, and I should feel sore, but I probably won't. I'll probably wake up tomorrow and I'll feel like I didn't do anything, and in a way that's kind of disheartening, because you expect to feel some amount of soreness when you go to the gym in order to actually feel like you've made progress. No pain, no gain. Well, there's levels to that, right? Like, you don't want to go in there and not be able to walk the next day because you work so hard on your legs, or not be able to lift your arms up because you're biceps are killing you, you know? There's a healthy medium there, which I probably should work on pushing myself more towards the strained side of things, maybe. I'll have time over the next few days to weigh on that. I'm kind of alone for a little bit. Oh no, you don't need to worry about coming over or anything like that. It's, you know, it's just one of those things. People had to go do a few things and, oh wow. It really is coming down out there, huh? Yeah, you don't need to worry about it. I know you got that big work thing next week, and you're being you're flying off tomorrow afternoon, right? You still need me to drive you up to the airport? Yeah, sure, no worries. You know me, I don't have anything planned when you need to be brought places because I prefer to bring you there myself. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I got time because obviously you're not here and nobody else is for the next week, so I'll make sure the dogs are looked after, and then I'll go to the gym and see how I feel about myself. Maybe I'll take a little walk. Maybe I'll even sit in a coffee shop with my laptop and do some writing like I used to when I was younger, and we'll see how it is. You know, I don't particularly have any real idea about what I'm going to do over the next few days while I'm alone, but I'll figure it out. I always do, after all. What I need to not do, however, and I think this is true for you and me both, is I need to not doom scroll and, like, you know, sit here in this room on my laptop just watching random YouTube videos for hours on end because I don't really want to do anything, right? You know, I love modern technology. God, I'd fucking go insane without it, man. You know, without access to the internet, without access to the friends that we both have who aren't anywhere near us, to gaming, God. But it is counterintuitive to wanting to be productive. Like, you know, I understand that it's not laziness, it's the inherent need for the body to rest and relax because, you know, we're not designed to be working 16, 18, 20-hour days all the time. That's not how the human body works, not how the human mind works. It's what the body needs to recuperate and the mind needs to recuperate. So, you know, we're both in a situation, and I'm sure when you come back from your work trip that we're not going to be doing anything in the evenings. We're not going to be going out. We're going to be ordering some takeout, you know. I was thinking about getting, what was that thing you mentioned? I think about getting some of that chocolate you liked, you know, the Galaxy. Yeah, I was thinking about getting some of that, and, you know, we can cuddle up here on the couch for an evening when you get back, because you'll probably want that over sitting over there in your chair in the office space getting ready for another day of work. So, oh wow, shit, it's thundering out there. God damn, wasn't expecting that today. Well, yeah, week's been good though. I mean, I've been generally productive. I guess my brain is just telling me I should have been more productive, which is not very cool of it, telling me something that's vehemently wrong. I guess it's a lot easier to think about when I'm talking to you about it, because, you know, I can kind of line things up, you know what I mean? I can look at the things I did and go, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, I worked on this, and I did a few bits, you know. It's not a case of, you know, we finish up our work week and we go, what did we really do? And then we can look back and say, well, we did all this stuff, and, you know, we've been to the gym, we went to the movies, we made food every day, and we got some good sleep, and, you know, we had a nice evening together. Yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah, you know, it's raining like this tomorrow though, and maybe I'll pull up my laptop and sit underneath the window with it and have a coffee. Maybe that'll be nice. You know? Hmm? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that. Oh. Is he deciding who's coming along with you on the trip? Oh, you mentioned her. You like her, right? I think you mentioned you don't mind her. Yeah. She was the one who, when she came over here with her partner, she tried to convince you about crypto? Yeah. I mean, God, right? I suppose it could be worse, right? It could be, who was the one you said smelled of onions all the time? Tommy, is that right? Yeah. At least you don't need to worry about that, right? Because you wouldn't need to worry about sitting next to him on the plane and all that sort of stuff. The only thing you need to worry about is trying to be sold some meme coins or some shit. Yeah, I know. Though I'm sure if you put your headphones on and turn them up loud enough, maybe your eardrums would bleed out before she could tell you anything. Yeah, I know. Well, like, listen, I haven't had colleagues in a while now that I've had to, like, be in the same room as, so I guess I'm just not as up to snuff with that anymore. Yeah, maybe that'll change soon. I heard a few emails. Yeah. Good to hear. And what about your flights? Did they pay for business class like you told them to? Oh, they did. Good. That at least means that you'll be comfortable for your flight over. Oh, you're trying to convince them to bring me along, eh? I mean, I'll be honest, love. I don't really want to, like, sound ungrateful, but you're not even going anywhere that nice. You're going to, like, sit in an office for a week, you know? It'd be different if you were like, oh yeah, I'm going to Madrid, or I'm going to Mallorca, or I'm going to Sicily, or Naples, or Milan, or Venice, you know, somewhere nice and toasty this time of year compared to what we're getting out there right now. Yeah, I know it's a free flight and it's good networking and all that, but you know me, I hate that sort of stuff. Probably why I'm not employed right now. Yeah, I'm working on it though. That's hard, right? That's the hard part about it. Is working on it's the hard part because, yeah, you know, it's one of those things that it just never seems to have an end until it ends, and at that point you're so relieved but also stressed that you have to now adapt to a new job. Yeah, and what exactly are your plans for you there? Is there anywhere nearby you want to go see? Maybe there's a cool gaming store or a crafts market or something? Oh, there is a crafts market. Oh, well, I know where you're spending all of your money. Yeah, hey, I mean, if you find anything cool, like a set of dice or maybe some cool miniatures, custom made stuff, anything like that, like, if you want to bring them back for me, you can do so. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Thanks, love. I appreciate it. Right. It is getting late. And you and I need to get some sleep because we actually do have stuff to do tomorrow morning, remember? You still need to pack. Yep. Come on. Let's get you to bed. And we can deal with that tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and check the windows, make sure we're all closed up, make sure there's no leaks. I think I checked earlier anyway, but I'm just going to double check, make sure. And I'll meet you in bed. Alright? Love you. Good night.